All right, my topic is Montessori learning. My purpose is to inform the audience about Montessori learning, its history, and its many benefits. Montessori learning has been around for a number of years. It's been around since probably the 1920s. Imagine like you completing high school and you realize that, oh, I could have been learning in a different way this whole entire time, and that could have been the Montessori way. Montessori has expanded across the world for many years. It even had the opportunity to land here in Jefferson City, where I had the chance to go into a classroom and actually observe Montessori learning. First, I would like to give you a little insight on Montessori learning, followed by the history and where it originated from, along with the benefits. Montessori has been around for a lot of years. Montessori is the child-centered educational approach. Basically, child-centered is like basically the children teach themselves. They discover they don't learn how to read, they discover how to read. So Montessori is it was developed by Dr. Maria Montessori, based on scientific observations from birth to childhood. It has been time tested for over 100 years, and it has very a good success in its diverse cultures throughout the world. The curriculum is not divided by grades. You know how you get your first grade, second grade. It's not like that. It's actually divided into 3-year groupings. Like you get this one group in I think it's from kindergarten to 6th grade, but it's those ages. And then it's the middle school ages, and then it's the high school ages. And then it's focused fully on the child. Basically, the focus on the child is completely on the child. Basically, the child they literally let them do whatever, and they just observe the children doing whatever they will do, but they guide them. You get a little guidance, oh, let's do this today, and you just go. They don't teach them how to read or write; they just discover how to read or write. It is naturally eager for knowledge and capable of initiating learning and supportive through prepared learning environment. It is approached to values of their cognitive skills, emotional skills, and stuff like that. For many years, Montessori learning has been around. Recently, more and more schools have started leaning towards the style of Montessori learning. For example, there's a school here in Jeff City, this school right here actually, where the kids be screaming at and stuff. That's a Montessori school, and they teach they just let the kids do whatever, and they just guide them and follow them around. Montessori it's very different, and so is its history. Montessori learning came from Italy, where the first female doctor, Dr. Maria Montessori, she started Montessori learning. They named it after her. She opened her first, it was a school in Rome, and back in 1907, she made it for low-income kids, so they can learn and make sure they started, because back then low-income kids would get an education. So, and then 1909, she spoke about her style, and she made a book about it, and then the book spread across the whole entire world, and where the people like us started picking up the style of learning, and it spread out, and this book really became it went across 6 continents for the next 2 decades. And then in 1929, she opened up the Association Missouri Nationale, and it was basically a guide for the teachers to help with the Montessori learning. Montessori education was founded many years ago, but continuously spread through the world with the guidance of Dr. Maria Montessori. The result of the spread of this teaching style and its methods sought to be very beneficial. Montessori teaching has been proven to be very beneficial in education success, as well as for the real world situations. According to Thomas C. Sweden, is a journalist of the Guardian, a webpage that he wrote. 5-year-old students actually seem like they're pupils who are better prepared for reading and writing with the Montessori learning of style of teaching. He also wrote that how 5-year-olds, they were ready for reading, writing, and arithmetic just off this type of learning. And the test scores were higher, as well as their functioning.